All right, bro, here we are out here at the treehouse again, Serenity. And something hit me like a ton of bricks, or whatever you want to call it. It is that we all are, you ready for this? Different. You ever have that friend that every time you call them, something's gone wrong? That's their whole life. Little things. This is going wrong, that's gone wrong. Bam, bam, bam. Every single week they have a dilemma. They were born that way, I think. Or at least they have been brainwashed and conditioned to be dilemma carriers. Yeah, that's what they are. And I'm not laughing at them. It's a lifestyle for them. And they have learned how to adapt and live within the dilemma arena. That's not me. I wasn't born that way, but I never developed that. To me, if there is a problem, there is a solution, find the solution. That's it. Or you got that person that's sad all the time. They're down, I don't know. The whole world is going to hell. And I'm going with them. It's just a low aura. Their energy's low. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I just want to, just start over. It's just, Or you got that person that is on top of the world. Every time you see them, they will irritate you because it doesn't matter if the whole world is going to hell. It's Mad Max out here. Mad Max. And they're laughing and buying another coffee and like, and you're like, can't you see the condition that the government's in? Can't you see the condition of the economy? And they're just making cotton candy and living life and laughing like there's no tomorrow. See the difference? I kind of have come down to this understanding at my age. Some people are going to stay sad. That's all right. Let them be. Let them be. Just don't let them pull your vibe down, okay? Some people are going to be that dilemma all the time, that situation. That's fine. Help them if you can. If you can't, just say, I don't know. Can't help you with that one, bro. Got me? There's some people that are in horrible relationships, one right after another. It's like that's what they attract. Others have a good relationship with someone, and they live that relationship. Huh? Why am I saying this? I'm saying this perhaps for you, for your sake, that you could analyze. Maybe be that man in the mirror, be that woman in the mirror, and look and see, where are you? Are you happy, sad, problems all the time? Because it's a shifting for me. Okay, I assume. Let me just be honest with you and be vulnerable and transparent. I assume I was born with a happy disposition. I had a good childhood, which helped. I had a mother that was caring, nurturing. I had a father that was strong into his masculine energy, and he knew how to give a whooping that I deserved, you know what I'm saying? And he was a provider, so I had good role models. So I was married at a pretty young age, early 20s, and my mission was to provide and protect, because my father had exemplified that to me. So I always raised a wife and I, ex now, but for 33 years we were married, and that's a symbol. It's a reason it was 33 and that it ended. It's that she was the nurturer, and she took care of the kids in the home. And you say, oh, that's some stereotype, blah, blah, blah. No, she worked outside the home, and she later, when the kids were gone, was outside the home a lot. But during the raising of our children and throughout the marriage, I always provided a roof over our heads, food in our belly. It might have been, beans and cornbread, and and clothes on our back, which could have been thrift store clothes, but we never, one time did we ever go without. I have an ability to create and make. At one point, we were $100,000 in credit card debt. and we didn't have the money to even make the minimum payments. And I began to research, and I found this guy. I don't think it was his real name, but he went by Mr. Freeman, and he helped me and sent me files. I actually paid for the files, $1,500, and we began to combat the debt. And it was me against the debt, me against debt collectors, actually. And I became my own lawyer. I don't recommend it, but I did. And we settled with some. We worked some out. We got some absolved and got out of the $100,000 credit card debt. Stay away from credit cards if you can't pay them off at the end of each month. You know what I'm saying? But through it all, raising kids, teenagers, being married and moving and building our own homes in Alaska and traveling and doing all that we did, I enjoyed the ride. Now, I'm not going to say my ex did. There was times she was stressing, worrying, nail-biting situations going on. And my son got bit by a snake. He's in the hospital. My daughter was born with a hole in her heart. And they're like, oh, my goodness. And I'm just as... It's going to work out. It's going to be fine. But that's my disposition. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to get an ulcer over anything. Like, the whole world can go to hell, and it's really not my problem because I'm not the Messiah. I know you thought I was, but I'm not. I'm just Rob with an R. I'm out here infusing positivity in everyone that I come in contact with and every situation that I can to the best of my ability. I put it out there. I got the storefront, and a lot of people say, oh, Rob, what do you think about this? But when the rubber meets the road and they say, I need you bad, I need you, and they come to me, I'll formulate a plan. I see it. I can see the way out. I can help you with your medical issues. I can help you with your real estate issues. I can help you with business sense. Well, you've never run a $1 billion business. I know the energy. I can go into a restaurant and tell you just by the energy if something's off or something is on, if it's right or if it's wrong. Do I want to run a restaurant? No, I'm not that. I am not that businessman that's out there running that. I am an energy worker. I am a minister of truth and power of positivity and speaking spells of life. That's it. Man, that was a lot of words in a short amount of time. I don't know if you got all that, but that's what I am. But I at times past wanted everybody to be happy. Not everybody's going to be happy. You see what I'm saying? Maybe you're not. Maybe you're content to be Eeyore. If you look at the story of Winnie the Pooh and you figure out where you fit in there, I'm Tigger. It's quite obvious. But that doesn't minimize Eeyore's position in the tale, in the story. You see what I'm saying? Or Winnie the Pooh, or Rabbit, or anyone else. So, or Christopher Robin. We are all in this together. That's my voice. See, and you're going to like, quit saying that. Because I have a saying, it's all good. And I get rebuttals all the time. It ain't all good. You don't know what I'm going through. You don't know what's happening in the world. You don't live in this third world or developing country. You don't know the struggle. I understand struggle. I struggle. Oh. And then it hits me. There's no need to struggle. But I am a creator as well. Maybe you're not. Maybe, there's different. We project. Some people are receivers, some projectors, different things. But I create situations of hope. I create situations of peace, situations of joy. And so, yes, are we dealing with issues of life, unexpected or unwanted pregnancies? Yes. How do we deal with it? We look at the situation. You sit down. You begin to find the solution for everything. What about death in the family? Grandpa died unexpectedly. There's a way to find peace through all of that. And that is what I'm trying to say to you. I have some advice, and I know you're not asking. And if you've stayed with me this long in this video, almost to 10 minutes here, it means you're listening. My advice is look into the energy side of everything and use your intuition. He says, I love you. Use your gut, baby. Does he love you, or is he using you? There's a difference. You don't even know him and you're sleeping with him. He's using you, babe. He's using you, telling you, oh, you're different. You listen, he's using you. Okay, bro, she's using you listen to me, your gut's telling you she's not my one, but it's the only one I got right now, so I'm going to use it. No. A lot of women are going to say they want to be consumed and they talk the talk, but deep down they want to be seen. They want to be felt. They don't want you sleeping with them right off the get-go. If they do, it's because they're wounded, traumatic, got some kind of trauma going on in them. All right? Listen to me. Start using your gut. Should I buy this car or should I buy this car? Learn the energy of it all. You understand? One time we went to buy a car and I looked across the lot. I saw the car. I said, there it is right there. And we drove the wheels off that thing. We moved to North Pole, Alaska, and my ex, she looks over and sees this house. It's a 3-story house on the lake. And she goes, there's our house. We only had a few thousand in the bank, $100,000 in credit card debt. I had a job making less than $50,000 a year at that time that I hadn't even started yet. She hadn't even gotten a job yet. And she goes, there's our house, $300,000. Back then, that was a lot of money. Well, it still is some people today. But back then, like, wow, 300. I said, babe, but deep down, something clicked too. And I was sitting in my office like a week later, and the solution came to me. And I texted the guy. It worked out. We lived there, raised our kids there. It was a great place. A lot of young people hung out there. And we had an open door policy, which is a whole nother story. But and I'm not recommending that necessarily, but we knew. And there was another time we went to buy a new car, and I was like, we don't need a new car. And I could tell deep in my gut, it is not a good time to buy a new car. It's not good. We bought the car. And I knew, and we shouldn't buy the car. And the car was a lemon. Electrical problems, this, that, and another. You get it? You understand? Go. So, situations. Let's go back to my life and with the kids. So, every time we'd go to the doctor here, a local doctor, Dr. Noonan, he's like, when you guys show up, it's something bizarre, something out of the ordinary. The snake bites or Lyme disease or whatever my son had, different things going on. But all the time, I knew we would work it out. There was a solution, and I had to release. And I try to explain how I do that. I don't know. But here's what I do recommend. Back to the advice that you didn't ask for. Look for the intuitive part and raise your energy. You get it? You're sad, raise your vibe. Listen to happy music, comedy, get out, walk, drink a soda, do something you got to do. Whatever what I would say, raise the vibe, raise the energy up. So if you're grieving the death of a loved one, I understand. You're going to go through that darkness. And you walk through it with stability and with a steady hand and those people around you that are real friends. But in everyday living, if your job's not going right, raise your vibe the best you can and start looking for a job that you enjoy and that you like. Or whatever the situation would be, if you need my help, inbox me and we can set up a plan for you. If you need to come for a massage, I'm still an active massage therapist. If you need help with real estate, I'm still a real estate agent in Arkansas. So there are ways to help you, but we got to sit down at the drawing board. We do a lot of talking back and forth and bantering, at the restaurant and the bar. Hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? But when push comes to shove, you just gotta time out, take a time out of your life and reassess and recalibrate. So I started to do this. This is also timeout. A buddy of mine, Ron Patrick, was a basketball coach at Northside United Pentecostal Church up in Fort Smith, Arkansas. And he was doing that. What are you doing? Shoulder pecking. But that's the same timeout. And take that, sit down with someone like myself or anyone that has the ability and the skill set to help you find a way to raise your life up so you can have better days ahead. Thank you.